Alright, a little update. It's early in the week. You know, I can't stand it. I got this thing running, I got to drive it around. I drove around a little bit last night. Not much, and everything went just fine. I put some premium gas in it, and it acted a little better. Messed with the timing a little bit. Today, I got home from work, and I switched that hose around. I thought it might make a little more boost if I put it up here. Which it did, made 8 pounds. And it did that a couple times. But then we started hearing funny noises. And then I stood on it again, and it got about 5 pounds, and it went poof. And no more boost. And it's making funny noises. Here, I'm going to risk it and show you. That whining you hear is the power steering pump. See? No boost, bad noises. I think my turbo's junk. That's what I think. So I'm going to be forced to fix that before I go racing with Mr. Got Milky 1. And before I get my shop cleaned up real super tidy to suit you, some of you folks, and before I build that motor, and before I fix the rusty little corner in the cab on this 46 Ford, and before I put it on there, and before I fix that light bulb, and before I decide if I'm going to buy a cowl induction hood, and before I review this new toy. Well, maybe not before I review that, but you get my drift. I suffered a setback, is what's happened. And another thing. I was talking to Got Milky 1 the other day, or whenever it was. Sometime while we were both awake, I'll say that. I was talking to him, and he said he had a commenter on his channel said he didn't even know what the challenge was, but he liked watching it. So I'm just going to go over it. I was talking to Got Milky 1 one day. He's got a Chevrolet truck that looks about like this. Kind of rusty and patina. And when we thought up this idea, it was before this truck here ran into a Kia. But it was all one color, and it had that dented door, and I kind of liked how it looked. But anyways, I told him we ought to have a 6-cylinder challenge, boosted 6-cylinder, and the rules would be pretty wide open from the intake manifold up. Do whatever you want, and it'd be judged off style and speed, I guess. Well, he got a little carried away and put 2 turbos and a supercharger on, and I just put one off a Pontiac 301 on it. So we'll let the YouTube folks judge it, and then we're gonna drag race them at a drag strip. My preliminary opinion is I'll be winning the gas mileage portion of the event. Although I was talking to my buddy, and he said he doesn't recall that being a part of the competition. And I said I didn't recall how many boosting devices we could squeeze under the hood being part of the competition. So, you know, we got a little button heads there a little bit, but it's okay. So anyway, I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this. I think probably once it cools off and I don't burn my fenders, I'll pull this end off and have a look at the wheel in there and see what I see. I think the turbo's whipped. I must not have done a good job rebuilding it. Or I did something wrong or something. Anyway, not to worry. This is how one learns. And sometimes it costs you a few bucks to learn. But that's the way it is. Alright, I rambled on long enough. Go check out Got Milky 1. At the end of this video, I'm going to put a link to his channel. You got to watch it all the way to the end. There's going to be a link to his video, his channel, my website, where you can buy cool stickers like that, or t-shirts, or shorts for your girlfriend, or some other stuff. Mrs. Heavy Chevy's art, what's left of it, and I think there's even some of my art on there now that I think of it. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, watch all the way to the end. Check out those links. Give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Dang, I cannot be a hand model, Mr. Chevaholic. And we'll go from there. Alright, it's Tuesday evening after work. It's a little bit chilly. 50s. But I can't stand it. I gotta see what's wrong with this thing. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna first take this end off and see what I see. The thing ain't smoking none, but something don't sound good. So I'm gonna take it apart and see what I see. And that shouldn't take very long. The next thing I gotta do is I gotta unbox this and try it out. I have 2 vehicles with check engine lights. I know it's hard to believe that I own something that new, but it's true. I'll show you that too. Well, that didn't take long to discover. This is about 2 minutes later. Took the bearings out. I guess I'm going to have to talk to the rebuilder of this turbo. Clearly, he didn't do a very good job. Well, it still spins, but that's not good. Not good at all, is it? So it makes me wonder about this one I bought on eBay a while back. It's got cobwebs in it. She's got a little slop in her, but not as bad as the one I rebuilt. This says, what does it say? One of them's Air Research and one of them is Garrett, which are the same thing. This one's Garrett. This one's Air Research. I don't know, I gotta think about it a minute here. I may just rebuild this one and use this exhaust housing and the cartridge. Oh, almost tipped over. And then just bolt it right back up to there. I might just do that. Look at my donut. Come apart, didn't it? Maybe I over tightened it. It's never good when your donut comes apart. That reminds me, a while back I was going up the road and I seen a sheriff's car pulled over a Krispy Kreme truck. I went by and I thought, that's a picture opportunity of the year. I turned around and went back and it was already gone. Must be the officer was thinking the same thing. I can't be seen pulling over a Krispy Kreme truck. Alright, I'd stay out here and hang out with y'all, but I got some parts coming in the mail today. I'm going in and check out all and see what it is.
Cleaned up.
What?
Better get her cleaned up. She's dusty.
Yeah, I hadn't driven in that in a while. It's been a month, I think. Maybe we'll take it on a little trip. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan.
Better go down to the bank and get a loan for gas.
Yeah, that's the truth.